no, now we're here. We are going to watch ourselves because what we're going to do is switch back over here to the studio.
Okay, so now we're there.
So now we're here. Okay, so everybody, welcome to hopefully what is the desktop widescreen version of Dun Da Da Da. Adrian and Shelby, stir it up. So I really
practice that.
Yeah, we do. I really hope this is working. We are trying this out, and it is super, super awesome. One of the things
Very complicated.
Yes, one of the things that we are actually going to address right now that we didn't have a chance to address this morning in our radio show, which will be a weekly radio show, is this. It is the Clinton email scandal finally hitting a head, and the State Department has released their report.
Finally.
And I have a link in the notice that I gave to you guys when I was telling you that we were going to be doing this. I put a link and you can read the actual State Department report. So, in a nutshell, I want to show you what the big deal is. So,
people have been saying this is going to go away. It's for months, and
it's not going to go away.
I have been determined that it was not going away, and I'm very glad this is finally out.
It's not going away.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's absolutely a thing. And I will show you the other big thing that it is. The other big piece of this is the code section that it covers. Hold on. I'm having to find my history document that had what the actual code section was. So hang on a second, and
look it up?
You talk.
Okay. So this has been going on for what? Almost a year now.
Yes, more than a year.
What is actually really heartening to me is that despite being the Obama administration and a Democratic administration right now, the director of the FBI and the FBI under James Comey, the 7th director, right now.
Get your feet off there because you're shaking.
Sorry. Has seemed determined to bring this to light no matter what it means for the Hillary campaign or the party, which has been really heartening to me in the spirit of truth, justice, and the American way.
Well, I like the truth, justice, and the American way piece. That, to me, is like a really big deal.
Yeah.
I do want to show you, because this was a big piece of it. I'm still looking for the thing. It's a code section that is very critical. It's a felony, right? And and Obama was just told this is a big deal for Clinton. It's a big deal. It's also a felony. So the little point here, and this is what we want to get at. That was lightning. Did you guys totally see that flash? It's like dry lightning. Go figure, right? Sign from heaven. Okay, so lightning strike. We're on to something. Okay, so what it is it's a code section, and it's about espionage and everything, but the really important piece is the information doesn't have to be classified, and on top of that, it just has to be gross negligence. Not willful, not malicious, just gross. Meaning...
It doesn't have to be willful or malicious.
Just meaning that the fact that the server was unsecured qualifies as gross negligence. See, look at thunder. Like, seriously, that was such a trip. Okay, so then these other people, this group, sent a note to Obama. I see why the problem is because I'm streaming and then something else is trying to play.
So for anyone not really that up with this controversy, obviously, Hillary Clinton, as the Secretary of State, kept her government emails, all of her government emails sent to a private server in her home. She did not use her State Department email address.
And so she had classified, top secret, as well as national security interest, but not classified or top secret information. Now, the code section specifically says maps, photographs, data, anything like that. If it is removed from its secure location, i.e. from the secure servers at the State Department to an unsecure server in the basement of your home in Chappaqua,
gross negligence.
That's a felony, okay? Because the number one is so they gave immunity to a Russian hacker, and he said that hacking the Clinton server was the easiest thing he's ever done. I would believe that because hacking an email server is really, really easy if you don't take steps to preclude it, right? Did you just point at me?
Not for me.
Oh, okay. I'm like, it is, but it really is. It's definitely way easier than you think. Here we go. This is it. The FBI is focusing on gross negligence.
Well, and one thing that has been touted or tried to be explained away by the Clinton camp is that she wasn't aware that these things were classified because these things were no longer labeled classified. Now, obviously, those labels would have had to have been removed by somebody before she transferred the information. However, the law states that the moment the information, if it is classified, the moment it exists, it is at that moment already classified. Ignorance of the law is not exception to it, as the old adage goes. And the moment that information came into being, it was classified, and it was her job to know that it was classified.
Correct.
And so any non-knowledge of that fact isn't
right.
Isn't a defense.
I want to show you what they're looking at, because this is the big piece that is this is it right here. Okay, so this is, they're focusing on 18 USC 793 subsection F, and it is the use of the server. Now down here it says the information does not have to be classified to count as a violation. The intelligence source, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, citing the sensitivity of the ongoing probe, said the subsection requires the lawful possession, she had lawful possession, of national defense information by a security clearance holder, that was her, who, through gross negligence, putting it on an unsecured server, such as the use of an unsecure server network, permits the material to be removed or abstracted from its proper secure location. And it was.
Right.
So here you have fact, 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 fact. Now getting around that is going to be interesting. You know what was so funny was I went to dinner last night and I talked with my hands. I definitely have not walked this many steps today, but clearly I have gesticulated that many steps today.
That is the pitfall of the Fitbit on your wrist.
I know. I need to actually put the Misfit back on my bra. That would actually be better. Okay, so Sergio Lanata Reges, I'm sorry if I am butchering your names. You guys are going to have to send me like little videos of you saying your name so I can get it right. Says she isn't the only senator with the same issue. Email security is issue, so it won't go anywhere. They would have to crucify them all, and they won't. Well, not exactly. They're senators, not the Secretary of State.
Right.
So they have
don't
clearance,
have the same clearance level, though.
but not the, yes. So isn't the problem that a ton of other officials have the exact same issue? And yes, they do.
Do they all have private servers in their home, or is their email just unsecure in a different way?
No, yes. This was the whole thing. General Colin Powell did the exact same thing.
Interesting.
Interesting. So Colin Powell will likely, if she is indicted, end up testifying on her behalf, saying if the State Department would actually make servers that work, we wouldn't have to do this to do our job. So that's going to be one defense. However, I don't think that it's, I just realized you're looking at this and not looking at us this whole time, and you want to be looking at our pretty faces. I'm sorry. I'm just learning this whole switchy thingy, so fancy. I should have somebody else fancy switchy. Anyway, she never admits to doing anything wrong. Let's see. It's called a play on words. Well, yes. Dang, I missed the lightning. Lynn, I'm sure it will be back. This is Reno. It happens. I made this to understand what it might feel like to have him as president. Oh, that's so cute. I'm going to watch that. I might play that.
Bernie.
It's a Bernie thing. So they want to let it go. They want to let this not be a big issue. However, it's a felony.
It's a big issue.
It's a big issue. And so, you know, are they going to sacrifice everyone who does it? Probably not. Are they, you know, but here, I want to...
But everyone who does it is not running for president.
Right. But General Petraeus lost his position as the director of CIA for having an affair, and she had access to a public email account that they shared.
That he sent sensitive information.
No, it wasn't even sensitive. It was the fact that she knew where he was. That she seemed to have information about the whereabouts of generals. And that was a misdemeanor of mishandling classified information.
And he lost his job over it.
So, I'm sorry, this is a little bit more than that. This, she didn't have access to his stuff. She just had access to the whereabouts of his body. And he lost his job over that. So, you know, I want to look at these kinds of things. I'm reading your things. Burn her at the stake. Aww. No, B-E-R-N. Burn.
I know. Wordplay.
Wordplay. It was actually kind of cute. But don't be harsh, exactly. I think it's gross negligence for letting her email server be open and accessible to any hacker in the world. And yes, China was in there. And yes, Russia was in there. And yes, some South American drug lords were likely in there figuring out how they could bypass that whole war on drugs thing. So, you know, it's not difficult to hack an email server if you know where it is. And the way that she was managing everything, it wasn't difficult to figure out where it was.
And to be fair, one of the defenses is that the State Department's email server has also been hacked.
Yes.
And so what's the difference between the State Department's security and her having private security?
No, she didn't have private security. She had a private server that was unsecured.
Right.
Okay? My email server is more secure than her email server.
Just because the government's negligent too doesn't mean she isn't.
So they handed out, I think, I might be a little fuzzy, I think it's 6 immunity deals. One for her aide, one for the guy who installed the server and maintained it.
Oh, in Colorado, right? The server company?
Not the server company. They did something else with them. No, the actual guy that was also on the payroll at the State Department at the same time he was her private email server guy. And there are 0 emails between her and him over the 8-year period that she's had the server. 0. There's 0 emails. 0.
That seems unlikely.
Have you ever emailed tech support? Show of hands. Actually, can we just get likes across the screen? If you've ever
emailed tech support,
contacted tech support because you had a problem with your email, could you possibly make it 8 years without ever calling tech support? Even I can't do that. So then
was that deleted in those 30,000 private emails?
Yes, 30,000 emails deleted. What the heck? Yes, Jessica Barrett. That was my whole point. And are you ready for it? Dun, 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 dun,
I don't have 30,000 private emails.
I'm a workaholic. She's a workaholic. I understand, but even I don't have 30,000 emails, and I have
over 8 years?
Way more. And I get 4,000 emails a month, but those are not personal. That's how many I receive, not how many I send.
Right.
I could not delete 30,000 emails that were strictly private and not business. There's no way. Okay, so 30,000 emails. What I was going to tell you is the Russian hacker, from what I understand through the whole like dark web thingy, has all the emails.
Before she deleted them.
Right. So won't that be fun?
Interesting. Because obstruction of justice is super fun too.
Oh my God, super fun. But she didn't actually go in and delete them. Her staff did. So she would not be guilty of obstruction of justice. Her staff would be guilty of obstruction of justice if she just said, clean up my personal emails because I don't want my love notes to Bill Clinton. Oh, wait, Bill doesn't use email. To be seen by people. I mean...
What did she say those emails were? They were plans for Chelsea's wedding and yoga routines. 30,000.
Right.
That's a lot of yoga.
That's a lot of yoga. I don't know about that. Okay, so let me look over here. Now this, I think, is interesting, okay? So here... the Forbes, so there's like, I would say 99% of the media says that there is a huge problem, okay? However, not Forbes. Forbes says that the report on email vindicates Clinton rather than nails her. I would disagree. I would totally disagree about that.
How so?
How so? Because other people did it, right? So, under this same logic, well, the other thing is in this report...
And that makes it not illegal?
It makes it a party! It's a party, right? So that's what it...
Interesting.
Interesting. It is. It's interesting. So that's what they say.
So because lots of people in the government are doing the wrong thing, they think she's going to get away with it?
Exactly. So we still have the Clinton aide, right? So we still have the Clinton aide and the deposition of him. That is Louis Lukens. And it was not helpful to Hillary Clinton or the State Department. He remarked that everyone, including investigators, should be interested in what he had to say. So he was the Deputy Secretary of State and Executive Director of the State Department's Executive Secretariat from 2008 to 2011. And he directed all administrative, logistics, human resources, and financial support for the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, and senior State Department leadership. Interesting.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Now, you're talking about the immunity they gave people. I'm curious.
He got immunity.
Okay, so I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure that was him.
Because I always think that in certain situations, they really need to give immunity to people higher and higher up to actually find out the truth.
Right.
And I get that, justice isn't necessarily served that way if it's people that were doing wrong. But, if they had given Lois Lerner immunity, she couldn't have pled the Fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Do they give Huma Abedin immunity and force her to testify against Hillary? Because that would mean they really wanted to know what happened.
Wait, do they give who immunity?
Huma Abedin.
Huma Abedin?
Clinton's
friend?
Basically everything, like her assistant, I guess?
Her body woman. Okay, do you remember from
Anthony Weiner's wife?
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Got it. So, for those of you who don't know, because it took me, did you watch me just have to process that and go?
And then, light bulb.
Okay, so if you watch The West Wing, in The West Wing, the young black man on the show,
Julie Hill.
You're so good at this. He was the one who was the only one who was allowed to go in and wake up the president in the middle of the night, right? To go into his bedroom. That's the body man, right? So Hillary has a body woman. And yeah, I think they absolutely should.
Oh, I think they should.
I think they should.
The question is, will they?
And there's the question. So this is what has been going on. This is where we're at. This is everything that we know to date. But again, look up that code section. It is 18 USC 73 subsection F. And the reason that I think it is important is Secretary of State Clinton had possession of top secret information, which according to federal regulations means it was national security information or material which its unauthorized disclosure could reasonably be expected to cause exceptionally grave damage to national security.
That seems important.
It was not a bake sale, people. Okay,
yoga routines.
It was not. No, it was not. So that's really where all of this goes horribly, horribly wrong. Mm-hmm. Now, what does that mean? We have California coming up. And I really want to make sure that you guys know about what's happening in California. So, California, voting day, and you can go before voting day. You can go in if you are an unregistered independent, if you are a no party preference, if you are a declined to state, whatever it is they're calling it now. I used to be a declined to state. You walk in. I used to walk in and say, give me a Democratic ballot. Now, if you're a no-party preference, I guess you get what's called a crossover ballot, so they can actually figure out, are you a real Democrat or a sometimes Democrat? Because that seems to be a big deal with them. They have this issue over sometimes Democrats.
But do they not like sometimes
I think
Democrats?
they don't want sometimes Democrats. They want full-time Democrats. Yes. I'm definitely a sometimes Democrat.
And I'm a once-in-a-while, very rarely Republican.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm a blue moon Republican.
Yes, we're in the middle.
Yeah.
We're like right in the middle where 60% of the voters are. So so this is going to be it for what we're doing today.
I feel like this Hillary email thing is like the IV in the Bernie movement. I mean, they can't keep down solid food anymore because, super delegates and everything and the numbers are really hard, but it's just keeping it alive. It's just the saline, keeping it alive because...
Yes, but seriously, the rallies in California, they're getting bigger.
They are. 30,000 people in Vallejo.
30,000?
Bernie Sanders says, I didn't even know there were this many people in Vallejo.
Right?
I didn't either.
I didn't know there were 30,000 Democrats in Vallejo. And you know what? Likely there aren't. Likely that was a lot of independents and a lot of
people driving in.
And a lot of people driving in. Okay,
they do that for Bernie,
and they love Bernie. And we've been doing a lot of Philly planning for Road to Philly. That's super fun. I know. We're going to be live streaming. We're actually putting together a bipartisan citizens media brigade. So we're going to have Hillary people. We're going to have Bernie people. We're going to have observers. We're going to have indies. We're going to have all different kinds of people.
Maybe Gary Johnson people. I haven't decided yet.
No.
No, we're no Gary Johnson. I haven't researched it enough.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see.
No. If Bernie's not running, write in Ron Paul.
Do you think he would still take the job?
I don't know. We have to ask.
Ron Paul write in, and with 5% of the vote.
No.
Ron
No.
Paul.
No. Bernie or bust, right?
Does that mean Bernie or you don't go vote? Is that what Bernie or bust means? Or does that mean Bernie or you write in Bernie or Bernie or
according to my poll,
burn our bras? I don't know. I don't know what Bernie or bust means.
Bernie or burn? We could do another bra burning.
We
could get permits in the park.
Burning.
We got not protests. We got demonstration permits in Philly, and we could actually go and get a
Burning
permit.
our bras.
Yeah, to like literally have everybody line up and like just toss them in a bonfire and burn the bras again. Like, why not, right? He's bringing back all of this activism and everything, and I kind of like it. But yeah, no, I think I'm the scary one because they're like, "You're not going to vote for Trump if he doesn't get it, are you?" And I'm like,
I haven't ruled that out yet.
I'm trying to explain to them that there is a huge swath of Bernie people that just want an anti-establishment person.
What's funny about her is you haven't decided if you're going to vote Jill Stein.
Well, Jill's only in 21.
Trump.
She's only in 21 states. Okay, so Plan B. Actually, I'm already actively helping the Green Party get into more states. The
Green Party and Libertarian Party should be in more states.
They should be in all 50 states. All 50 states. I think we should have more than 2 parties in all 50 states. I think that's crucial. And I think that's crucial to our democracy, regardless of who we vote for in November. Yes. I think everybody should get on that bandwagon because we need to have more options. Now, I heard something disturbing today.
What?
They said that Bernie would have had to have already registered as an independent to run as an independent in November. Why so early? I think they do that just so somebody won't go through the whole process with a party and then run independent. And I think that's wrong. I think they should get to do that. And I think we should take that up to the Supreme Court because write-ins aren't allowed in Nevada. And so that's making it so we can't write in who our real candidate is.
How is it that the independent parties have so much sway over what is actually, once it gets to the general election, our right to vote? That's just not right.
No, but that's
not okay with me.
Right. That's our whole thing. We want open access.
Right.
And somebody did something, and I will have to post it. Open the primary.
Candidates should be suggestions given by the party.
Right.
Not your only choices.
Not our only choices. Yes. Okay. So I think for today, I think we're good. Do you think we're good? I think we're good.
I think we're good.
How was our first... This is our first platform broadcast.
And widescreen. I don't have to
sit
on your lap. It's
awesome. We are actually working on an entire studio with like 3 cameras. We'll have a 2-shot and a 1-shot and a 1-shot and a yeah. Very, very, very fun. And do you like our little splash screen? Because I like our little splash screen. I think that works. It kind of says it all. So that's it. That's the temp one that I just whipped up for today. That's what we're working with. And until later, we will see you later.
Bye.